Do you have a brilliant idea that can transform the lives of millions of people in developing countries by leveraging technology? Then welcome to the GSMA Inclusive Tech Lab. The GSMA's Inclusive Tech Lab is a new platform to support the industry with inclusive innovations, taking a hands-on approach to research, test, and develop the inclusive technologies of the future. The lab works on a range of topics that drive inclusion, from interoperability of payment systems to service accessibility for women and vulnerable groups, digital identity for unregistered workers, and much more. The lab has a simple application process that assesses every opportunity through a series of steps. As a hypothetical example, let's imagine that we want to build an electric car for transporting small families. The first question the lab asks about any project is its business proposition, the real and specific problem it is trying to solve. In the electric car example, the business proposition could be to build a product that solves the problem of mobility in urban areas while reducing reliance on fossil fuels and pollution. Once the business proposition has been established, the next element the lab considers is its product proposition, the offering planned to address the problem outlined. The outcome of this stage is a description of the minimum viable product, or MVP, that the applicant aims to develop at the end of the engagement with the lab. The MVP should be defined by the applicant before the project is taken up by the lab. The lab also assesses the business case for every application to check whether the proposed product is aligned with the interests of industry. This takes into account the size of the market for the proposed product, its growth potential, and the resources contributed by the applicant. The next aspect the lab assesses up front is its proposed technical architecture, to understand how the product or service will be put together. In the electric car example, the architecture step would outline how the vehicle is going to look and how its different components will fit together. Drawing out the technical architecture of a product before starting to build it is essential for success. Finally, the lab also studies the coding requirements. Using the example again, this would be the equivalent of instructions for the robots in the factory to start building the electric car. The example of an electric car is purely for illustration, but the lab is open to working on a range of developmental topics, from financial inclusion to digital identity and greater access for women and marginalized groups. The lab is open to any idea where technology has the potential to further development goals. Learn more or apply now at gsma.com/lab.